Ketchup, drizzled on top or pushed to the side, or even in a different boat or little cups. Everyone has their own favorite way to dip at lunchtime, but my favorite way is a bit more direct. I like my ketchup on the tray. According to some students, like Junior Lauren County, the trays are not clean enough to dip on.
Lauren, why do you think that's gross?
Because the trays aren't clean and you're dipping on the tray.
You don't think that the school cleans them adequately?
No.
This poses an interesting question. How clean are Marquette's trays? Child nutrition worker Dixie Baker gives us a behind-the-scenes look at how the trays are cleaned.
We take the trays, we load them up in one of these, and then after we load them up, or if we see a tray that's particularly dirty, it has condiments all over it or what have you, before we run it through the dishwasher, we spray it down with a very high power sprayer. Then we run it through the dishwasher, and there's detergent, and then the dishwasher runs at 165 degrees, which is the temperature needed to sanitize them. And then when we pull them off, we check each tray to make sure it's clean, we dry them, and then it goes back on the rack for the next lunch shift.
After seeing how Marquette's trays were cleaned, I compared the bacteria levels of Marquette's trays to a fast food restaurant's trays. AP Biology teacher Dr. Kathy Farrar helped me set up kits to collect samples, which involved swabbing trays with distilled water. The samples were then incubated for a day in Petri dishes. Dr. Farrar analyzed the findings.
Well, on the plates from school, none of them have any clear bacterial growth. On the ones from the restaurant, we have on plate A, you have several colonies, and there's probably a healthy chance that this is E. coli, staph, or strep. Those are the most common things we have on our hands. So in small doses, they don't hurt us. So, I mean, we are in contact with them all the time. The big problem is in larger doses, or in some strains, they're toxic or produce some kind of toxin.
And if all of that couldn't convince you that the trays are clean enough to dip on, maybe this will.
There are germs everywhere, so hard to avoid them 100%, I imagine, but when they come out of here, they're fully sanitized, germ-free.
Coach Felicia Durst 6-hour Lifetime Recreational Sports class integrates students who receive special school district services with student mentors. Durst tells us a little bit more about the class.
We use that as a PE mentoring class for our SSD kids. We do a lot of different activities. We will do some of the Lifetime sports curriculum in the class. Like we'll play pickleball, we'll do some badminton, we'll bowl, shuffleboard, can jam, some of those things that we do in Lifetime sports, but then at the same time we'll do a lot of other fun games, a lot of elementary type games like tag or play with the big omni ball. It's just a really good class to have the mentors working with those kids to be able to do the activities.
A student and a mentor tell us their favorite parts about the class.
I love to just talk to my friends and just have fun.
My favorite thing by far in this class is the kids' ability to make me smile. I can just be having like the most terrible day, you know, bad test, hard class, whatever, and I can come into this class and just forget about it because they never fail to make me or anyone else smile.
All Marquette students have experienced the new bell schedule, but many don't know why the change happened. Principal Dr. Greg Matheson explains the how and the why of the new bell schedule, as well as his thoughts on how the first month has been.
Well, that goes back to our high school program design committee, met starting almost 2 years ago, and we started looking at what do we need to do to help prepare students for college and career readiness. We basically looked just directly at the high school program. In other words, what types of classes to what types of opportunities do we have to give students so that they're prepared. But really what we found out as students, when they go off to college or they go on to their career, you know, we're preparing them pretty well for the academic side of things, except for the freedom and managing time and figuring out when there's office hours or when to get work done at home and those types of things. And we feel that we structure our day currently to where every minute of a student's life is accounted for. Through this committee, we feel that giving some flexible time or some time where students have choice. Do I eat lunch? Do I go get help from Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so? And to me, giving those students that choice and the voice a little bit in what they do during the day is helpful and will help prepare them for the real world.
Teachers witnessed students' reactions to the new schedule firsthand. Chemistry teacher Patrick Schrappen explains what he has seen from his students.
Well, I think it's made the students more likely to be more involved in their classes because it's not a short 49-minute period. The negatives, I think, is that for classwork and notes, because of the longer period of time, there is that point of no return, where you've reached the tipping point of I can't absorb any more information, I can't learn anything new, it's just too much, I've gone too far.
And of course, students have experienced the ups and downs of the schedule change. Sophomore Pratik Gautam gives his thoughts on the current schedule.
I kind of don't exactly see the point of the new schedule. I feel like last year we had the option to take either block or standard classes. That was better because it gave students the option to take the class in the way they wanted to. So I'm not a huge fan of having to take block classes when I could take them standard.
Hi, I'm Mr. Bolton. I teach chemistry.
Hi, I'm Bixby. I teach chemistry.
Chemistry teacher duo Bolton and Bixby pick up trash around campus during their lunch period. MHSNews followed them on their walk to find out what they get up to.
We used to, I guess, just like scarf down some food, right? And just kind of work through lunch.
And then you would get lethargic.
Right.
You'd be droopy in the afternoon.
And then there were a couple days where the weather was just super nice. And so we figured, let's go for a walk, and then it just kind of became a thing. And we got some buckets and some tongs, and I don't know, it makes it less gross. I remember when our hands were,
oh my God.
Yeah, and then my nose would itch, and I wouldn't want to,
yeah. It was like a science project, basically. Because by the time you got back, you've touched so much stuff that not good.
And what do they talk about?
Oh, anything and everything.
Yes. Politics, school politics, life,
philosophy, metaphysics a lot of the time.
Occasionally
just teaching stuff. We don't really talk about students or anything.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes we talk about how we could like teach better, like ideas.
Right, that happens a fair amount.
I don't know, what don't we talk? We never talk about our relationships.
No.
Right?
No, because those are...
I don't even know your wife's name.
No.
I do know you're married,
you
though.
You have a wife?
No, I do not.
Okay. It's great that we get to pick stuff up, but the reality is we're being selfish.
I'm not picking up trash out of some good feeling in my heart. When I look at the trash, it annoys the heck out of me.
Yeah.
So I'm picking it up so that I don't get annoyed.
Can he do it? No. Oh.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
We also collected like 14 million tennis balls and covered the bottom of all of our chairs in our rooms with tennis balls so they don't make noise when we scoot them around. So we definitely would like to thank the tennis teams
for donating all those
especially after windy days.
Each day they start at the pool doors and end at the loading dock.
Is this a BMW? Oh, it's a Yamaha.
It's a Yamaha. Good starter bike.
Okay, so how much would this cost us?
That, for I mean, if it's new, probably somewhere between 10 and 15. It's not that expensive.
Okay. So maybe, so let's set the clock, you know.
Set the clock in 6 months, offer Greg $8,000 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how clean these stairs are.
I know, it's like somebody picked up all the trash when they walked down them. Not too bad.
No. No trash as far as the eye can see.
That's a beautiful thing.